Introducing LT Defense Tactical Gear, your ultimate solution for top-notch protection and performance in the field. Our armor bundles provide unmatched safety and comfort, while our battle belts and holsters ensure quick and easy access to your gear. Stay prepared for any situation with our high-quality medical supplies, designed to keep you ready for action at all times. Looking to enhance your skills? Our firearms training programs will take your proficiency to the next level. Trust LT Defense for all your tactical gear needs and gear up for success on the battlefield.
The fact that our patriotism in America is dwindling, I really wanted to start the American AF movement. Freedom is fragile, very fragile. It takes a certain level of intestinal fortitude to stand up and say and do the right thing to preserve the freedoms that so many have paid a large price for.
American tactical. American as f***.
Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Welcome to the Motivated Mindset with your host, me, Jose Flores, and we are going to go into the why behind what we do in life. Have you ever wondered what truly drives people? I know I do. What fuels their purpose and motivation? In this podcast, we're going to explore those profound questions, uncovering the stories and insights that shape our journeys. Join me as we navigate in the depths of human ambition and uncover the secrets to living a fulfilled life, purpose, and driven. Let's get motivated. Thank you. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Motivated Mindset. I am your host, Jose Flores, where passion meets purpose. And I hope everybody had a really good Thanksgiving. I know I did. It was, I even got up and did a 5K. Had a 5K run I did, so I got something today. And I hope everybody had good times with the family, loved ones, and so on. We got a really great show today with a special friend of mine, somebody who I've known just about all my life in New York. And it's really going to be good with my next guest. So I'm gonna read his bio. It's pretty deep. I mean, the guy is like the MAN. That means the man. You know what I'm saying to you? All right. So when I bring him on, you know what I'm talking about. But first of all, he's a U.S. Marine veteran, and the Marines, right? Retired law enforcement officer, and Angel is a proud U.S. Marine Corps veteran and retired law enforcement officer with decades of experience in service to both the nation and the community. He's really involved in the community, and with deep commitment to duty and an unwavering sense of honor. Angel Rosa has dedicated much of his life to protecting and serving, first as a Marine and later as law enforcement professional within the NYPD. During his time in the Marine Corps, Angel served in every Marine's favorite destination. He calls it the Stump. That's right, 29 Palms, California. And as a Marines, Angel's MOS was 3381, or cook, you kill them, we grill them. Hey, look, there's two jobs in the military, which is your cooks and your supply sergeant. You got to keep them guys happy because they're the ones that keep the battalion, the rest of the personnel going. And he says death from within, right? He gained invaluable experience in leadership, discipline, and teamwork, skills that will later translate into a successful career in law enforcement. Angel received the Marine Good Conduct Medal, the Marine Corps Rifleman Expert, and the Cold War Certificate. After transitioning out of active duty, Angel continued to service to the community as a law enforcement with, check this out, 23 years of experience in patrol, investigation, and many years in supervisory role in the rank of sergeant. Throughout his career, Angel developed expertise in gathering intelligence, community relations, which is important, especially these days with all the stuff going on. And he has been just a steward in as far as advocating for not only veterans, but first responders, and he also worked the streets of the South Bronx, making a lasting positive community impact. He was awarded numerous commendations for his outstanding work. Now retired, Angel continues to advocate for veterans and first responders and speak openly about the changes and rewards, which we are going to cover a lot of that here. He works the bridge. Tries to bridge the gap between communities and share the stories of those who serve while still a cop. This is the cool part. Angel was bit by the acting bug and honed his skills at HB Studios Labyrinth theater company in private classes with the amazing Paul Calderon. He has booked numerous roles in popular TV shows like Law and Order, Blue Bloods, and Gotham. And he also starred in the Marvel's Daredevils, which I think is pretty cool. And in his spare time, this is the cool part. This is, I love this part. And in spare time, he tunes into finances and investing in startups. And more importantly, he says the new financial system. And we're going to have him talk about the crypto. All our veterans need to know about this. And I'm sure he's going to explain it. And Angel has been happily married to the love of his life, Minerva, Minnie, his rock, for almost 40 años, 40 years. He's a proud papa of Ryan and Chris and grandpa to his best pal, Yaya. Angel is one of 7 children, 4 girls, 3 boys, a challenge for my mom. That was for sure, he says. Timeline, he was born in Brooklyn, New York. He went to PS 282. The high school, junior high school, was 51 at Sarah J. High School. And of course, he attended Paris Island University, U.S. Marine Corps, the best school in the world, as he says. And he attended, of course, the NYPD Academy, and he attended John Jay College. So without, as they say, further ado, let's see what we can do. Bring them in.
Interview of the week.
Nope. Let that play.
Interview of the week sponsored by LTD Tactical.
All right. Hey, my man.
Hello,
Hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. Very good.
I know we might have somewhat of a delay for some, but hey, I'm glad that you're here, Angel. You're the MAN, brother. So how you feeling, man?
Thank you. Feeling very good. Real good. Excellent, actually.
How was your Thanksgiving, man?
Beautiful, brother. Beautiful. We missed Ryan. She wasn't feeling well, but, we got together as a family as much as we could.
All right, all right. So are you excited as I am? You ready?
Oh, I'm not bursting up like you are, but nobody could be excited as you.
So, hey, what's the weather right now? What's the weather in New York right now? What is it like?
It's like 40s, I think.
40s? All right. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I'm over here in Maryland, so it's pretty cold.
Yeah, you're close by, man. Seen these days before.
Yeah.
Waiting for the snow. Buffalo's getting, I don't know how many feet.
Buffalo. Yeah. That is a cold place up there. That it truly is one of the coldest places I ever been to. You been up there? You been up there to Buffalo?
No. But I heard. I watch the news.
All right. Wait, let me bring something up here. Let me know. So
who
is Angel? Oh, who is that? Who is that guy?
Wow. So handsome. This is the stumps, man. 29 Palms. That's the barracks. We were just messing around that day, having fun. Having a good old time. That's my trusty K-bar.
K-bar. Ain't that a chocolate chip or something? What is a K-bar?
I don't know. It's a knife.
A knife.
A recoil knife.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
so tell us,
like to use those.
Who is Angel, man? Who is this cat?
I'm just a guy from Brooklyn, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just a guy from Brooklyn. Living the life, hard life as a kid, a little tough.
Yeah.
But, you get inspired by people. You get inspired. The first time I saw a Marine Corps uniform, it's one of the guys on the block. He used to run around with all the other guys. He was an older guy that was kind of the kids kind of looked up to. He disappeared for a while. Nobody's seen him. Next thing you know, he pops up. He's standing on the corner, right by the bodega, in his full dress blues, Marine Corps dress blues. And I was like, wow, I want that. I want that. I want the uniform. I want to wear that uniform.
I gotta say, look, the Marines do have the best looking uniform.
Oh, we're the best dressed. You know that. Best dressed. And handsomest.
I don't know about all that. Let's just keep the nice uniform. Let's not go overboard here.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, I graduated high school and, had to make a move. Wasn't going to be hanging around, streets for a while. I wasn't ready for college. That really wasn't something that I either wanted to do or could do at the time. So I said, let me get down there to the recruiting station. Went there, watched that motivating video where they show you getting your hairs chopped off and they scare the shit out of you. But
they do.
I was like, I want that. I want to do that. Marine Corps. Yeah, man. So right after high school, I got in there and turned 18. I turned 18 in boot camp.
Wow.
Yeah.
What did your parents think about that? What was?
Yeah, mom wasn't on board, but I convinced her to sign. Both my parents had to sign. My parents were divorced, so I got to get mom's signature, and then I had to go over to dad's house and get his signature. But as soon as I got that signature, I was on my way to Paris Island, the land that God forgot. That's right.
Yeah. We got a comment that says, I got to give it to my Marines. She says, I'm Army. So, hey.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I appreciate that. I know, Army, Marines, Navy, Air Force. Listen, we got to work together, man. We got to get the job done. You've got a mission, and that's it. So we Marines, we just like going in there, breaking up shit, making holes, big ones. So you guys could get through there.
Yeah.
And if you leave anything behind, we clean it up.
Yeah. Now, was there anybody before we talk about, Paris Island? Was there anybody else, friends that also joined the military during your time?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, my good buddy, also named Angel, he went to the Corps as well, right around the same time, and then he's just about to retire from the post office after 40 some odd years. Yeah. Post office, Marine Corps, and then post office. And another guy, dedicated his life to service. So I'm really happy for him he's retiring.
So I want to ask a question before we talk about that. What was going on in New York during that was the 90s? Was that the 90s, or what was it that you joined? What year?
Whoa, that was 84.
What was going
July
on
of
in New York? Yeah.
I graduated in June of 84, and July 5th.
Okay.
I was on the bus to Paris Island. Oh, no, I was on the plane to Paris Island, and then on that bus, and then got on those yellow footprints. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, New York was crazy, man. 80s, that was nuts. In the 80s in New York, a lot of bad stuff, a lot of crime, a lot of drugs, kind of like it is now, Yeah, we went right back to that.
So you're saying it's back to when you first joined, the way the crime is? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, it's a different dynamic, but when you have a lot of stuff going on, different things that are happening that are causing, the crime, but also right now these days there's a very hands-off type of thing going on in the police department, not just in New York City, throughout the country, I think.
Okay.
And so that's why crime is skyrocketing. And but one thing that that we had back in the 80s that we don't have now is prosecution, right? Consequences for your actions. So right now you can go out, commit all kinds of crimes, go to steal in stores, and if you get arrested, you're not getting prosecuted. So
got you.
It's craziness.
Wow. So before we get into basic, we're about to take a commercial break here, and when we come back, I want to go on that thread, especially with the crime, because that kind of impacted what you did after the Marines. But we'll get into the Marines. How'd that sound?
Great.
All right, we'll be right back.
All right.
It's the guts and it's the glory. 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July. It's them handwritten letters from home. It's them sleepless nights alone. It's his newborn baby he left with his wife. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's a line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Hey. From the fields of Indiana to the swamps of Louisiana, to the golden coast of California, Uncle Sam's the only family he's got. His purple heartbeat won't stop, and his 18th birthday was the day he was born. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's the line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, stand on the front line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, pay the ultimate price. Oh. He was the man of the house when he was born. His family is proud but torn. But if you knew him, you would understand. He was raised on how to be brave, just to see the flag still wave. And then he came home with only one hand. 'Cause Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, hear the light. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, stand on these front lines. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, he'll pay the ultimate price. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down in the line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. March in line, march in line. Hey. Hey.
Wow. Wow. What do you think of that video, bro? Every time you see it.
Love it. Love it. That's awesome. The music is great.
That is deep, man. That is deep.
Perfect.
That's one of my favorites. One of my favorites. Yeah. What you got?
No, I wasn't gonna say anything.
So you know, I think we left off at the crime he says happening, and I know that's very important. As far as what made you go to your next chapter in your life once you left the Marines. But the next thing we're gonna. I love this picture because I remember these pictures so well. We're gonna go into the Marines, and you got to tell us a little bit about what this is and how that experience was. Look how young that cat looks. Oh my God.
Like I tell my granddaughter all the time, I was just a puppy. I was just a puppy. Oh man.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
tell it, give us, for those of us who don't even know, what is it like going there? What was your experience? What it felt like?
Oh well, it was horrifying, really.
All right.
It was scary. You're 17 years old and you think you're a tough guy and you're gonna go do this and put your shit in bricks, and it's very intimidating. When you first get there, well, as soon as you get to South Carolina at the airport, you got a drill instructor meeting you there, get you on the bus. He's yelling the whole time.
Yeah.
I could barely understand the guy. All I understood was, you better say, "Sir, yes, sir," to everything. "Sir, yes, sir." That's all you got to do. "Sir, yes, sir." And just follow instructions, which at 17 years old, we don't follow instructions. Yeah. At 17 years old, you don't know jack shit. Yeah. So you got to be taught. And the Marine Corps teaches you. They teach you to listen, and they teach you to get squared away real quick. This is my Marine Corps. Basically the time we were there. These are all some of the Marines that I graduated with.
Yeah.
And it was 13 weeks.
Wow, 13 weeks. Okay.
Parris Island, South Carolina. That's Beaufort County. And it was hell to pay, but it was awesome.
Yeah.
At the same time. And when you finally you earn that title of Marine, that's like nothing in the world, man.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Amazing.
What is that called? The Crucible? Am I saying right? Am I
Crucible.
saying that correct? Yeah, what is that for?
Well, Crucible is you're taking it's a 36-hour mission, and you're on a hike with full pack, the whole bit. One of the things that you don't realize is, as a young kid, is you're preparing for war. Yeah, you're gonna be a fighter, a war fighter. You're gonna be and in the Marines, you're gonna be a killer.
Yeah.
It doesn't really sink in until you're out there out of boot camp and in the real world.
I'll never forget when I was in basic and we had to do our will, and you're 17, 18 years old, filling out your own will, something that the average American doesn't even think about at that age, but here you are, who gets, at that time, like us, if we go to our parents, in a percentage,
Sure.
And I know that was something that was deep for me. I don't know how you felt about that.
Oh, I tell you too, I don't remember that. I do remember signing a lot of papers, doing a lot of paperwork. I had no idea what the hell I was signing.
Yeah.
Signing a lot of paperwork and getting a shitload of injections.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell they were putting in us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're
right.
Right.
You got that. It looks like a weapon from Star Trek. Those big giant needles they used to have. Like a giant gun.
Yeah.
Scary.
Mm-hmm.
But the experiences in boot camp were amazing. I mean, you obstacle course.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta scale that the rope, and below you is a pond of dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're like me and you have a very loving girlfriend back at home, who's writing on the envelopes, "I love you, babe. I don't know how many days it is without you." And drill instructors, Marine Corps drill instructors, they're not letting that go.
Right.
So I'm on the rope and I'm trying to get across. I'm about midway, and they're just shaking the rope on me. How many days is it, sweetheart? How many days, baby?
Wow.
And of course, I didn't make it across.
Right.
I tasted that muddy pond water, and it was delicious.
Wow. So talking about that sweetheart, right? Is that the one that you've been with 40 plus years?
Yes, sir.
Oh my God. And tell us how important that is when we talk about family.
Oh man, family's number one, brother. You can't do it without your family. You can't. It's impossible. It's almost impossible. Let's put it that way. I mean, I don't. You gotta have. If you don't have family, you gotta have something, someone, somebody that's gonna be there for you, back you up, and all that good stuff. Yeah. My family is so important to me.
Yeah.
And my beautiful bride right there. And that's our firstborn, Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Born in California. She's a California girl.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
So she was there for 6 months. This picture is taken I think she came out and we were on base housing.
Yeah.
And then we moved off base, which was cool. A little bit of freedom off the base. You know how the base is. Yeah, awesome. Ryan was there for 6 months.
Okay.
She stayed for 6 months, and then I got shipped out to.
Gotcha.
They put me on a boat. They put me on a ship to. We did the rim pack, so the rim of the Pacific Ocean, which was Hawaii. We did Hawaii, San Diego. Went from San Diego, Hawaii, Philippines, Korea, Japan, and back.
Got you.
And all of it on ship. Never left the ship. 3 months on ship. That kind of sucked.
So what were some of the factors that made you, leave the Marines? When you say, are they making a career, or I'm going to get out, I'm going to stay? What were some of those factors?
Oh, man. Well, in the Marine Corps, you have folks that are called career planners.
Okay.
So their job is to, help you plan your career.
Mm-hmm.
I found out very quickly that the Marine Corps is not for a family-oriented person. It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's really tough. It's tough. And I was, my baby was just born. And I hadn't even seen her walk yet.
Wow.
And so this is she's born in November, and in July, late July, they're sending me getting on the ship. And that was my last 3 months in the Marine Corps. Now, prior to that, I went to the career planner and I said, I wanna re-up, but I gotta make it work for me.
Right.
And he's like, well, the unit's going to be rotating soon. I think it was going to be Japan. And I said, well, give me the company tour. I'll take the family with me. Oh, you don't want to do that. That's too much, for you. And it's very expensive. The whole, he's really discouraging me. And I said, you know what? I think I'm done.
Yeah.
So I wrapped it up, man. It wasn't going my way. And part of it was because I didn't have the knowledge to try to look for different avenues and to try to make it work for me, Yeah. You're young, you're ignorant, you don't know. And if you don't know and you don't network, you get to know people, stuff that we know now.
Right.
And if you don't have somebody whispering in your ear telling you this stuff, or I should say, I may have had people whispering in my ear telling me stuff. I just didn't listen. And that's the hardest part about communication. You got to listen.
You're right. You're right. Sometimes, yeah.
So yeah, then I got out. And actually I was in San Diego when I had a call I had to call the police department, New York City Police Department.
Oh, okay.
Oh, because I had already signed up for the test.
Okay.
But because I wasn't present to take it.
Gotcha.
I had to call them up and let them know. And so I didn't make it. It was in 88 I took the test.
Right.
And then I didn't make the cutoff on the list, so I had to take it the following year. I took it in 89. And
you made it?
Yeah. Well, in 89 I was completely out of the Corps at that point. Well, I was in reserves for 2 more years, but I was able to get into the police academy and stuff.
All right.
Yeah, this is graduation day right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Those are my 2 kids there, Ryan and Chris, my wife Minerva, my sister Ronnie, my sister Ellie. Right behind her in the white shirt is my sister Heidi, and my dad's right there behind me. Yeah, that was a great day, man.
Wow.
That was a great day. I still remember throwing my gloves up in the air and listening to Frank Sinatra, New York, New York. I can't listen to that song without thinking about that.
Right.
If you watch the opening credits for Blue Bloods, that's exactly what it is. Exactly what it is.
Got you. Wow. That is amazing. And yeah, no, we're gonna take one more break, because when we come back, we're gonna talk about the meat and potatoes of why you're here, to talk about your law enforcement, and then to talk about how that got you into the movies and some of the things that you did to be there. How that sound?
Great. Sounds awesome.
All right, let's see.
Thank you.
I'm about to play. Oh, yeah, this is a good one. Here we go.
All right.
Another regular day, nobody knows. It's that time, he's coming home to them from a foreign land. He pulls up, his mama cries, looks at daddy with tears in his eyes and says, nothing feels better than this. Couple of months go by and no one sees. Something just ain't right, only wants his peace. He needs help, but he don't know the path to take or the way to go to be free and put his mind at ease. We will help, 'cause we can't stand to see a soldier go to God by their own hands. We will do everything we can to make 22-0 again. He gets help, but he still feels off. Sees an ad on the TV about a dog batting said, this is a man's best friend. Whoa, so he goes one day and he picks it up. Never thought a dog could bring so much love and put a smile on his face. But he's finally found a saving grace. He needs help, but he don't know the path to take or the way to go to be free. Put his mind at ease. We will help, 'cause we can't stand to see a soldier go to God by their own hands. We will do everything we can to make 22-0 again. Whoa. He needs help, but he don't know the path to take or the way to go to be free. Put his mind at ease. We will help, 'cause we can't stand to see a soldier go to God by their own hands. We will do everything we can to make 22-0 again.
Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at nbradio.us.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at nbradio.us.
Wow. All right. Hey, I hear we may have a special guest.
Yeah, possible.
Okay. You let me know when you're ready. Anytime you can bring them on. So we're going to move on. I know during your time that you served, there was a significant. Oh, here we go.
Here she is.
Hello, there's my guy.
Hey, what's up? Yeah. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah, you
Even
proud of your
better
Jeep
now.
Yeah, give him a little Marine Corps. 1, 2.
Hoo-ah!
All right. All right. That's what I'm talking about.
1, 2, 3. Marine Corps. Hoo-ah!
All right, you're doing
What do
great.
you expect?
I love it. That's what it's all about, man, right there.
Drop and give me 20?
Of course.
Go ahead. She's going to give me 20.
All right.
But, all right, you all right? Don't hurt yourself. I ain't going to no ER right now. You have to take an Uber.
Hey, thank you for sharing your granddaughter.
I
Thank
did
you for
13
sharing Yaya.
instead. I did 13.
Go to grandma now.
Okay.
Say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Peace out.
Pleasure, Yaya. Always good to see you.
See ya. Yeah, that's what it's all about, brother.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. That's really what it's all about. The next generation,
Yeah.
leading by example that we need to, thank you. There was a significant event that happened that affected the world while you were serving, and we can go into that and explain what happened and where you was at.
Well, 9/11, 9/11, 2001. I was like this close from going back to the Marine Corps.
Wow.
I mean, that made me so mad. I was so mad. But I was a cop at the time, and it was horrible, man, horrible. So we it was all hands on deck,
Mm-hmm.
and we got to respond. We got to respond down there, and it was a very sad thing to see, man. Just surreal, and I still can't believe it happened.
Yeah,
still can't believe it. When we first got there, we were on what's called a bucket brigade. So if you've ever seen the videos, it's basically what it says: buckets. We had buckets, picking up the debris and finding victims. It's terrible. So did that for a while, and Those are like 16-hour days.
Mm-hmm.
In that picture that we see here, this is a little bit after where things were kind of running kind of in a routine now at this point.
Okay.
Because you had that scramble to get everything up and running and getting the job done, what we needed to do.
Yeah.
Secure the location. And this was one of the perimeters. This is West Street and Rector Street. And it's funny, I used to tell some of the guys, I used to get a lot of complaints as a cop. Because one of my tools on my gun belt that I used proficiently was mace. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at many of these videos these days with officers rolling on the ground, there's no need for that. Break out the mace. All right. You got to mace people, mace them. Right in the mouth, right in the eyes. And it works. It works. Got to use it. You don't use it. You don't use the tools at your disposal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm sure you've seen the cops in Times Square, rolling around on the ground with these guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would have maced every single one of them and broke out a second bottle of mace. And then you got to do what you got to do. If you got to put your hands on people or you got to use your nightstick or whatever. I'd rather hit somebody with a nightstick than shoot them. But
yeah,
if it comes to that, it comes to that. A police officer's job is extremely difficult. And a lot right now, especially, we have the cameras are everywhere, social media, all this stuff. Social media, they want to show you look what this guy did, look what that cop did, look at that, I'm going to sue you, I'm going to do this. All they have to do, all they have to say is comply. Just comply, man.
Yeah.
You won't get hurt if you comply. Just comply.
Yeah.
So, as I said about the complaints, Rector Street is where the CCRB is. So I was kind of like actually hung out in the building there a few times in the lobby.
Yeah.
On the cold nights,
mm-hmm.
or rainy nights, we were hanging out there. But the community came together, man.
Yeah,
we had to.
Like in this picture, I mean, I see your guys there. Can you explain what that is? Where you're at?
Yeah. So this is right here. This is where we were doing bucket brigade.
Okay.
So those masks, had to be worn at all times, and as you can see, none of us is wearing the mask.
Right. Right.
Which is why many of us are sick now. But if you look on the ground and look behind us, you can see the destruction is it's still fresh. And this was probably just like a couple of days in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know that was hard. You were so that had to be challenging. I know I was in Korea when this happened, and my sister was telling me, but it ain't the same when you're actually there at ground zero.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's So there were days when I was like, I just can't. I'm just sitting there, I'm looking at it, and I'm saying, I just can't believe this.
Yeah,
can't believe what's happening. And there's so many parts of it that I don't remember. A lot of it I don't remember.
Wow.
But I remember those moments right there where you see those officers.
Yeah.
Everybody together there, and I have to say, we did that. We came together. We got the job done. We did what we had to do down there. We did it, and I'm proud. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of my service there. I'm proud of my service in the police department.
Oh yeah. And
Betty
says, "Thank you for your service."
Thank you, Betty. I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know with all this that was going on, I think, we got this other picture. What can you talk about this one and what was so significant?
So this is I forget the dog's name, but one of the cops that were in my unit, we were at the time we were in the school unit at the 6A precinct. It's you're basically you got a bunch of cops that patrol the schools and make sure I fought Hamilton High School. It's a very, very big school.
Okay.
You know, and you gotta be able to keep it safe. And so one of my guys, he ended up at the K-9 unit. He went for the K-9 and he got it, and we went to visit him that day.
Wow.
And that's his puppy.
Wow.
Yeah.
and I know we can go on hours for that, but how this all translated that leads you to you going into acting? You know, how did that come about?
Well, okay, so I guess it's something I always really wanted to do. Like, I've always been interested in the arts, whether it was music or acting. I love music, salsa, and I just found the opportunity to become an extra on Law and Order.
Okay.
In Law and Order is Minerva's favorite show.
Okay.
Right. So I was an extra there for a while, and you're just in the background, right?
Okay.
You're making the scene come to life, make it real.
Yeah.
And one thing leads to another, and I got my 3 waivers. You have to get 3 waivers to get into the union.
Oh, the union for actors, is that what you're talking about?
SAG.
Okay.
That photo is my the SAG softball team.
Okay.
That was a part of. So SAG is Screen Actors Guild.
Gotcha.
And then after joined with SAG a few years ago, I forget exactly when it was, but it was a victory for all the actors and radio folks, because AFTER is for the radio, television artists, and that's their union.
Screen Actors.
So after I got my three vouchers, I was able to join the union. And basically, what that means is you can get promoted to a speaking role. You can get a speaking role, or you can go out to get speaking roles. You can cast yourself. Try to answer casting calls.
Okay.
And let them know I'm SAG. I'm in the union, and once you're in the union, you can do that speaking line. So if you and I were on a set, and I'm in SAG and you're not, when the director comes up and says, "Hey, which one of you guys are in SAG?"
Wow.
Grabbing me.
Got
put me in the front, put me in the front of the camera, or give me a line. So in the meantime, I ran into some really awesome people again, right? You can't do it alone, man. You can't do it alone. You're going to run into people, you're going to meet people. And my thing is just like trying to meet the right people,
Okay.
Trying to stay away from the negative stuff, negative people and negative things, and going to the positive people that are going to direct me in the right path.
Yeah.
And I ran into a Marine and a cop. Great guy, Joe Lisi. Joe Lisi is my boy. I love Joe. Joe introduced me to my first acting teacher, Mr. Morehouse, at HB Studio. And then I went over and I worked with Michael Beckett. Michael Beckett was my teacher, second teacher. And what I found was, the more I studied it, the more because I thought, acting, no big deal. That's no big deal.
Yeah.
Hey, just do a couple of lines, no big deal. That's nothing.
Yeah.
Well, it's not nothing. It's you got to work for it, man. So And the first time I got on stage, it was terrifying, but I got through it. It was fun. And I ended up in some of these great shows.
Angel, let me tell you, before you go on, the first time I saw you on TV, I felt like a 13-year-old kid. I screamed so loud. I was like, I know that guy. I was telling everybody and their mother, I know him, It was just stupendous. So let me tell you, the people you've met and connected you, they did you well. Can you talk a little bit about some of these movies? And if anybody has any question, please post them. But I'll give it to you, Angel.
Well, first of all, the Law and Order set, I loved working on Law and Order. Now, I only did Special Victims once.
Okay.
I had a great scene in Special Victims. But Law and Order, the mothership, they call it the mothership. I love Law and Order, the mothership, because they just treated everybody with a lot of respect.
Okay.
You know, they treated you really, really good. Except for one time. And I kind of, the Marine came out of me and the cop came out of me, and I was like,
yeah.
And these guys were telling me, yo, calm down, take it easy. I'm like, you know what it is? We were waiting around as an extra. There's a lot of waiting around. As an actor, there's a lot of waiting around. You wait. Got to set up the scene and all that good stuff, lighting, all that good stuff, right? So we're waiting. And here comes this guy with like a bunch of pizzas. So I'm, thinking, yeah, it's going to be for us, the background guys. He brings the pizzas over and he throws or puts them on the ground, on the floor. He could have put it on a shelf, or there was plenty of things. And I just lost it, man. I said,
gotcha.
Called him an asshole,
Yeah. Wow.
And let's put it this way, we didn't see that guy for the rest of the day after that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But and then Pelham 123, that was fun. That was a lot of fun, man. Tony Scott was the director on that. It's Ridley Scott's brother.
Uh-huh.
Really nice guy, man. He I originally went on that movie to be the stand-in for Luis Guzman.
Yes.
Luis Guzman is in that movie. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was his stand-in. A stand-in does exactly that. You stand in while the actual actor takes a break. They're going to take all the angles, camera angles, measurements, lighting. You even run the lines sometimes. So you got to know the lines as well. And that was fun. But I was using my PD time, like my vacation time. I was using my vacation to be on that set. And I was only supposed to be there for 2 weeks. So when 2 weeks is up, I'm like, listen, I told the director, I said, I gotta go back to my real job. He goes, your real job? What's your real job? I said, I'm a cop. He goes, what? He goes, I need a cop in my bridge scene, man. He said, you should have told me something earlier. I said, I don't know. I thought somebody. He made me the cop on that. He gave me that scene. He gave me that.
Wow.
Scene. He hooked me up. Yeah.
That is so cool beans.
Yeah. And My Dead Boyfriend, that was fun too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Heather Graham, she's awesome. Her dad was an FBI agent. Mm-hmm. She told me all about him. Yeah, her dad was a tough guy, FBI agent.
Yeah.
Orange is the New Black. Oh, Gotham.
Yes.
Gotham, I played a desk officer.
Uh-huh.
And another Marine is in that. J.W. Cortez.
Mm-hmm.
Devil Dog, hoorah. Devil Dog. He's also a really good actor. J.W. Cortez, look him up. And so a lot of fun, man, doing this stuff. But it is work. It's not. It's no joke.
So what advice would you give to anybody who's ever interested? What would you tell them? What advice would you provide?
Well, first of all, whatever it is you're going to do, do the research on it, right? Mm-hmm. Check it out. Talk to people. Ask questions. A lot of times we're afraid to even ask a question or something, But whatever it is you do, train. You got to train, right? You got to have training. So same thing. If it's going to be the Marines, you got to train. You're going to be a cop, you got to train. And by the way, to all these cops out there right now, go train on your own. Don't wait for them to send you to training. Go train on your own. That'll make you proficient. All right. And that's important.
Gotcha.
Training. So same thing here with the acting. There's so many resources now. There are great books to read. This is a great book, A Challenge for the Actor by Uta Hagen.
Okay.
This book is awesome. This is all about in acting. Remember this, in acting, if you see a character moving on screen, you see them moving anywhere, that character has a purpose. You cannot do anything in acting, any movements, whatever, if you don't have a purpose behind it. This book tells you all about that.
Wow.
So did Paul Calderon and Kathy Calderon drilled that into us in class. So all these little things, and most importantly, you gotta breathe. Right? You gotta breathe. You gotta center yourself with a breath. All right. And you can do that for everything as well in life. You gotta breathe. You gotta take deep breaths. You gotta take care of yourself. And that's it. If you want to really do it, just do it. Be dedicated to it.
No, absolutely. And this last picture as we close down, what are you doing here? What is this? You had a party?
Man, I ran into this dude at the Marine Corps Marathon. What's that, mile 20? This is like mile 23. This is mile 23. And that's a nice cold beer right there. When I used to drink, I don't drink anymore, but
yes,
that was a nice cold beverage.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir, by bringing me that.
Absolutely. And what is T2T?
Okay, T2T.
Yeah.
Tunnel to tower. The towers. The tunnel to towers is basically it's named after one of the firefighters who passed away. Man, I can't remember his name now, but he put on his equipment. He ran with his equipment through the tunnel to the towers. Okay, to try to save people, because that's who he was.
Wow.
And so this organization, they pay off the mortgages of injured first responders and our veterans as well. All branches. That's right. Tunnel to Towers, you could it's $11 a month, or $100 a year, whatever. An amazing cause.
Wow.
And of course, Wounded Warrior.
Yeah, we've talked about, we got the different the Wounded Warrior, projects, and I'm an advocate for those. Same thing with Team Red, White, and Blue. But I know this one is something that's close to you, especially it's in New York. And I just want to say thank you, Angel, for giving us your time and your experience, and thank you for serving in so many ways. I mean, you've definitely. I'm proud to say I know that guy.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
And I know we had some people. If anybody has any comments or anything, you can, if you need to get in contact with Angel for anything, just let me know. And if you want to be on the guest, here's my information. But I want to say thank you, Angel, for just sharing, really sharing you. Any last comments or anything about your life, being law enforcement, being an actor, any Marine, anything?
I'm just very proud of all my service. I'm proud of being a Marine, proud of being a police officer, and happy that I was able to accomplish my goal of being an actor.
Yeah.
Next thing I'd really like to do is sing in a salsa band.
Oh my God!
I would love to do that. That's what I want to do next. Well, I'm not a great singer, but I can work on it.
I think you would, bro. Play. Don't you got some congos or something you can play?
Let me get my congos right here.
Yeah. I know you had some congos there, right? There you go.
Got my little Boriwa flag right there. See?
No. Let me see. If we got any comments here. What we got here? Let me see. Oh wait. Somebody look at that. Honored to have
you. What's up, Daddy?
Daniel, thank you for sharing.
Love you, Papi.
Thank you for sharing. And
Danny, by the way, Daniel is an accomplished artist as well. He's a producer, musician. He was working with Drake, Timbaland.
Daniel,
I got kind of a talented family here,
You do. But you do, my brother. But you know what? Thank you, Daniel, for that. And definitely I'll be reaching out one day. But it's people like you that make my job easier, because law enforcement, without the blue line, I could not live my life. So I want to tell you thank you for that. And just keep doing what you're doing, Angel. And as you go through, hey, we'll be in touch, my brother. And I want to thank my audience for being here. Thank you so much, man. I'm probably gonna take a pause for the cause for December, but be back, and I'll be putting it out. So with that, I want to say thank you, my brother. Thank you, family. Thank you, everybody. One team, one fight. And we're gonna keep you abreast of things.
One last thing.
Yeah.
XRP. XRP. That is the next greatest cryptocurrency.
Yes.
Okay. Cryptocurrency is in simplest forms, it's digital money. That's what it is. That's all it is. Digital money, digital finance systems. Okay.
Yeah.
XRP solves international payments. We're talking about billions and billions of dollars.
That's amazing.
In seconds. Okay. With very, very low fees.
Yeah.
So look into it.
I will.
XRP, by the way, in New York State.
Yeah.
New York State's going to make XRP a stable coin.
Yeah. And with that, Daniel, the passion runs in the fam. Much love to MBR. Thank you very much. Blessing and happy holiday. And we're MBR, the station that gives veteran a voice. I'm going to let everybody go, but this won't be the last year, CLV. But Angel, thank you to your family, to Yaya, to Minerva, and thanking you guys. Have a blessed one. Hoorah. Let me see what I got
Hoorah.
here.
Simplify.
That's right. It's hoorah. That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us, giving our veterans a voice.